Hey everybody, Hunter here. I'm going to show off the Next.js Ethereum starter that I have in my repo. This is a updated version. I have a old version on this older branch. It's basically, so this repo is basically my interpretation of Austin's scaffold ETH. It uses Hardhat for the local blockchain side of things, but on the front end is where it gets really different. I use Next.js, using RainbowKit in this one because I wanted to try it out. It seemed like the new hotness. And then it uses the wagmi hooks and Chakra UI for the React components. So let me just give a quick demo of how this all works. So you'll go to this repo, you'll clone it down, and then you'll do a yarn install. So let me do that real quick. I already have it cloned, so I will do a yarn install, and I already have it all installed, so this will just speed it up faster. So in the main repo you do the yarn install, and then you want to cd into the front end, and you'll want to yarn install in the front end folder as well. And then there is one more thing that you should do is open up the front end, and there is this env.local.example. You want to copy this file and save it as .env.local. This is like a local environmental variable file that Next.js will automatically pick up and read from. You want to fill in these secrets right here. So this is the more important one. It's a next auth secret. So in this repo, I've incorporated like sign in with Ethereum, and sign in with Ethereum is going to interact with next auth, and next auth is I believe, yeah, it's just like a authentication library for Next.js. I don't think it's created by Vercel, but it's supported by Vercel. Vercel is the company who is behind Next.js. So NextAuth is kind of like a pretty popular authentication library to go along with Next.js. And we have sign in with Ethereum, and that is also going to interact with the NextAuth and then Next.js. So you want to fill this in, fill in this environmental variable. Otherwise, some of the things may not work. So once you fill in these secret keys, I also have Unsplash. Unsplash is that the place you go to get like random pictures. So I use that for the NFT page. More on that later, but you should get a developer key for that if you do not have one. So back over here, we have yarn install done. So now we can do a yarn chain, and this is going to, get out of the front end folder. You want to go back to the root, do a yarn chain. This is going to run your local Hardhat node, your Hardhat chain. So there it is. You want to leave this open over here, and then in a new tab you want to do a yarn deploy. It's going to deploy 2 contracts to the local chain. So the 2 contracts that I have, let me open it up. I'm gonna close this one and open this one. So I have this your contract. Contract is just like a super simple, you can set a greeting and you can like get the greeting. I think I got this from Scaffold ETH, like a very early version. Not sure if it's still there or not, but this was like a super simple example on there, and it just comes with a greeting, and then you can set the greeting. So I'm going to deploy this contract and this NFT contract, and I can talk about more about the NFT contract later. So these contracts have been deployed to our local chain right here, as you can see. And on this tab, I'm going to go to the front end. I'm going to do a yarn dev in here, and that is going to bring up our Next.js application. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I have a connect wallet button here. This is powered by RainbowKit. So the RainbowKit is basically going to do this. And then, so let's connect our wallet. So we can do MetaMask. And then I'm just going to select all three of these for right now and connect. All right. So I am connected. So now, let me make sure I'm on the local chain. All right, so I'm on localhost, and I have some ETH already from like previous examples. I think I actually need to reset all of this. Yeah, let me do a quick reset just to make sure we don't run into anything weird. We'll go to settings, and I'm going to reset these accounts. These are just trash accounts anyways, that doesn't really matter. Okay, so let me just reset it to make sure it's all good. I can fetch the greeting. This is the hello Ethereum. And if I wanted to change, if I'm like doing the live coding of the backend, I can change it to like hello Hunter or something. So I'm going to need to redeploy this contract now. If I'm making changes to this contract, I can make the changes, and then much like scaffold ETH, you can redeploy. So you do another yarn deploy, and you can see that this address should change. It should update to be the new contract. Okay, see now it's changed to the 9FE4, and you can see that this new contract has deployed to the 9FE4. So if I do a reload, do the fetch greeting, now it's hello Hunter. All right, so let us set this greeting. I'm going to, so I don't have any ETH, so I have this little button to get ETH from the local faucet. So I can just hit this a few times. So this toast comes from the Chakra UI. That's why I like to use this, because this is a very slick component library. It's one of the more popular ones in React. And it's pretty easy to style. If you ever use Tailwind, you can kind of style it almost like Tailwind with like utility classes. So it's really neat. I'm going to do a reload. I should have some ETH in here. I do not. See why. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Alright, so I think I needed to sign my message before. So this didn't show up before, but the reason this shows up, the verify your account signature, this is the sign in with Ethereum part. So it's going to make you sign a message before like actually connecting, and now your address is going to persist in a session, and that session can live like all throughout your app. And this is the part that ties in with the next auth piece. So now let me try to send some more money to myself. Okay, so now that worked. So you're going to have to make sure the verify signature part comes up, because you'll need to sign that message before your session persists. And this button is going to send the local funds only to that authenticated sessions address. So now I have one ETH in here. If I do a fetch greeting, it is still hello Hunter. So if I wanted to change it to hello ETH, I can do something like this. So this should pop up my MetaMask. I'm going to hit the confirm. The transaction is successful. Now if I fetch greeting, now it should be hello ETH. And if you open up your local chain, you can see all that stuff happening. Set greeting to hello ETH, etc. If you've worked with scaffold ETH before, then this should all seem pretty familiar to you. The biggest change in this repo is the front end part. All right, so let's move on to this authenticated page. So this authenticated page uses sign in with Ethereum, and I have already signed that message. Let me actually disconnect. So right now I'm authenticated as 5B46, which is this account right here. If I disconnect, this is going to terminate my session, and it's going to say I'm not unauthenticated. So if you want to have like a login page or something, and you need to be logged in before you can view the page, like you can use this example here. And let me just do a quick preview of this page. So it's going to be this authenticated page right here. And as you can see, it uses this use session hook. This use session hook comes from Next.auth, and it's going to get the session. And in our case, when we do sign in with Ethereum, our address, our wallet address, our public wallet address is going to be the session user name. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm going to connect MetaMask. It's going to ask me to sign the message. I'm going to sign this message, and it's going to connect, and it's going to say I am authenticated. If I switch to a different account, the thing about this is it kind of persists in the back end. So this like kind of tripped me up before. So if I wanted to switch to a different account, this up here will change, but your session is going to stay the same. It's going to stay with that old account because you just right when you're switching accounts in MetaMask, you're just switching the accounts here. The session that message that you signed has not changed. So if you want to be authenticated with the new account, you'll need to disconnect, and then you'll need to switch to the new account 40C, and you need to connect again, and you'll need to have the new account sign the message, and then that is how you get the new account to be authenticated. That's what captures that session. If you don't want this part, you can kind of go in and delete it all. This is just something I thought was interesting. So if you want to delete all the session stuff, you can come into this _app.tsx file, and it's in here somewhere. You can just remove all of the all like the session provider and all that stuff. So if you don't want that, sign part, you can get rid of it. Okay, so this is how you would block a page if you want someone to log in with Ethereum. So I have another page here that's like a token gated page. So the token gated page is looking for the session that you have, so the address that you signed that message with, and it's going to check to see if this address has a particular NFT. And if it does, then you can let them into like the, I don't know, whatever the secret garden that you have blocked behind this token gated page. So this is why I have that. This is why I have this your NFT contract. So this is going to mint a NFT for you, and this NFT is actually going to be what is being detected. And I'm not sure it's going to work locally. We can try it because I have this all set up with the test net. So let's just try it to see if it works locally. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to add some funds to my wallet. Give it a little reload. See if I can mint the NFT. Alright, so I'm going to mint it. Okay, so here is the NFT. So this is where that Unsplash API comes from. I'm basically like going to Unsplash, getting a random image, and then that is kind of my NFT. So let me mint another one. And this is all localhost, by the way, so that's why it's super fast. So now I have two NFTs. Looks like it's from the same photographer, which is interesting. And then you can go once again to here, your local chain, to see that all that is working. So now this account should have two NFTs associated with it. Okay, so now if I go to the token gated page, it says you have the NFT. Like we detect you have the NFT in your wallet, you are now able to view whatever secret stuff you have on this page. So if I disconnect and I want to go to account number 3, for example, connect my wallet, sign the message. It's going to, I think I need to give it a reload. Yeah, it's going to say you do not have the NFT because this account has not minted those NFTs. So this is all working locally right now. If you want to see this all working on the testnet, you can go back to my repo. You can go to this this demo page, which is hosted on Vercel, and this is all working on there. It's just on the testnet. You'll need to get some testnet ETH, but you can mint the, like, I've deployed these contracts to the testnet, so they should all work. Like, this token gated page should all work. But yeah, that is what I wanted to show off. Just a different flavor of scaffold ETH. It's kind of like a completely different take from a front end side of it, because that's kind of where I like to tinker around more. I'm more of a front end guy, so I like to tinker around with the front end parts of it. Feel free to go to each of these pages and explore. Like, this is the NFT page, so this is the page where you would mint the NFT contract or the NFT token. This is the token gated page, so it uses like use read contracts, which is the hooks from the wagmi. So this is also a new thing. So this is what use of that would look like. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. And that's all I have for you guys today.